So today, moms, as you serve as what I believe as a man, as a grandpa and a grandpa, the most important job in the whole wide world, in all of God's kingdom, the most important job of all, I believe, is the job of a mom. And so I want to bring you one of my favorite Psalms. It's Psalms 84. We'll look at verse 1 and 2. And the psalmist says, "How lovely are your dwelling places, O Lord of hosts. My soul longed and even yearned for the courts of the Lord. My heart and my flesh sing for joy to the living God." That precious Psalms 84 goes on to say that the psalmist would rather stand at the threshold of the house of his God than to dwell in the tents of wickedness. You can see the psalmist wanting to get as close as he can to the temple and the Holy of Holies, where only the priest could go in once a year. And the psalmist's love for God is so great that he just wants to just inch up like a puppy dog wants to just nuzzle up to your side. And he'd rather just be on the threshold, just looking in from the outside, than to be in the tents of the greatest party scene or the greatest, gifts of the world combined. That Psalms also said that a day in your courts, closest to God as he could get, is worth 1,000 outside. This psalm is so sweet. It's not very long. You may want to memorize the whole thing yourself. So whoever coined the phrase, "the grass is always greener on the other side of the fence," was right up there with the famous ones, with the one who also asked, "Why did the chicken cross the road?" There have been almost as many spin-offs of the first phrase, "the grass is always greener," as there have been jokes about the second. Someone said one time to me, "When the grass is greener on the other side of the fence, there must be a sewer leak somewhere." That's probably my favorite. But anyway, I've spent my entire adult life watching men and women bounce from religion to religion, from relationship, from job to job, from position to position, from family to family, from hobby to hobby, and countless other fickle naiveties, trying to find happiness when a lot of prayer and hard work were required to green up the grass in the pasture God placed us in. So after 70 years of watching countless frustrated people sticking their necks through barbed wire fences looking for the elusive treasure on the other side of the fence, one thing is absolutely true without any exception. In God's Word lies the greenest grass of all, and there is no pasture for a hungry lamb like me and you that's more nourishing, more fulfilling, more rewarding, more inspiring, and more satisfying than the grass that grows just beside the feet of a lamb shepherd. The psalmist saw that green grass as the courts of the Lord, and I invite you through these crazy days to get on the edge of the courts of the Lord and peep in, just like the psalmist wanted to do. And so I'll bring to mind the fourth verse as we close. He says, "How blessed are those who dwell in your house. They are ever praising you." In David's day, the Hebrew nation found God in the tabernacle, where God came to earth in the Holy of Holies, the place of the sacred law. So here's the question: where do believers like you and me find God today? And in the fifth verse, he says this, "How blessed is the man whose strength is in you, in whose heart are the highways to Zion." In the psalmist's vocabulary, the bullseye of Zion was the place of the tabernacle in the heart of Jerusalem. So what does a mom's heart, what does a dad's heart look like that is filled where all roads lead to the heart of God? It's one of the greatest truths and greatest challenges I've ever faced in the world. When your child looks you in the heart, by the way you love, by the way you live, by the way you sing, by the way you smile, by the way you serve, that in his little heart, he sees in your heart roads that all lead to the courts of the Lord. May you be blessed today in the most important job in the world.